Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome. If you're a student at the Europe Hotel School, you already know that your success in this industry, well, it often boils down to mastering a few key moments. Today, we're going to break down one of the most important ones, the art of the professional close. Let's start right here with this core idea. See, a modern professional close isn't about pressure, it's not about some slick sales tactic. It's what should happen naturally after a great conversation, one that's built on real value and mutual understanding. Think of it less like a move and more like a simple, logical next step. So, if we're going to master this, we first need to completely redefine what closing even means. We're going to start by tearing down some of those old, outdated ideas and build up a modern, client-first approach. You'll see this is absolutely essential for building the long-term relationships that really matter in hospitality. So, what are we really talking about here? In a professional setting, closing isn't about forcing someone to say yes. Not at all. It's that beautiful moment when a really productive conversation just evolves. It naturally turns into a confirmed commitment. You're not just kicking around ideas anymore. You're officially starting a partnership. And this slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? On the left, you have the old way of thinking. Aggressive, pressured, this tense final hurdle you had to leap over. But the professional view, on the right, it's collaborative, it's natural, it's simply a moment of confirmation. It's the logical next step when you've already done the hard work of building a great foundation. Okay, so if we want to get to that natural, easy close, how do we do it? Well, it all comes down to two essential pillars. You see, a great close doesn't just happen at the end out of nowhere. It's built on a foundation you start laying from the very first hello. The first pillar, and honestly the most critical, is trust. Trust is the currency of every negotiation. When a client truly trusts that you get their needs and that you're going to deliver on your promises, the close stops being a moment of risk for them. Instead, it just becomes a simple confirmation of a decision they already feel great about. And the second pillar, right alongside trust, is absolute clarity. Any bit of confusion about rates, services, or timelines, that's where hesitation creeps in. But by making sure every single detail is understood and agreed upon, you get rid of that confusion, you show off your professionalism, and you give the client the confidence they need to move forward. And this brings us to a really practical three-step process to get that clarity. First, you recap all the key stuff, rates, services, policies. Second, you present that summary calmly and clearly. And third, and this is so important, you ask them to confirm that what you said matches their understanding. This simple little loop is your best friend for preventing problems down the road. Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty. We've built our foundation of trust and clarity, so how do we actually handle those final moments? How do we finalize the agreement? The million-dollar question. Answering this one is really what separates a rookie from a pro. If you move too early, it feels pushy. If you wait too long, you can lose all the momentum. The answer isn't in some script. It's in your ability to really listen and watch. The secret is learning to recognize these buying signals. When a client starts asking about the how, logistics, schedules, layouts, their brain has already shifted from if to when. They're picturing it happening. These are your green lights, telling you it's time to gently guide the conversation toward confirmation. Now, once you see those signals, the key is not to pounce. Your instinct might be to rush to the finish line, but that can undo all the trust you've built. The professional move is to stay patient. Create a little space for them to ask any last-minute questions. It just reinforces that feeling of partnership, not a transaction. So you get the verbal agreement. Fantastic. Now your job is to make everything that happens next completely effortless for them. Clearly lay out the process for contracts, deposits, timelines, all of it. This kind of transparency shows you're competent and organized, and it removes any last bit of uncertainty they might have. So here's maybe the most important point of all. A successful close is not an ending. In the world of professional hospitality, it's just a transition. It's the beginning of the most important phase of your relationship with that client. Exactly. This is the moment where your promises have to become a reality. That agreement on paper, it now has to become a flawless, real-world experience. And the quality of that experience begins the second that contract is signed. You can see that journey laid out right here. It's like a chain reaction, a critical series of events. It goes from the verbal agreement to the contract, and then to that super important internal handoff to your operations team. Every single step is connected. And it all leads not just to a successful event, but hopefully to a future partnership. I want you to think of your role in all this as being a bridge builder. You are the one connecting the world of conversation and promises to the world of real-world delivery and execution. A strong close means you've built a sturdy, reliable bridge that can handle all of your clients' expectations. And these final actions, these are the bolts that hold that bridge together. Perfectly accurate documents. One last reminder of the incredible value they're getting. Your own calm, professional confidence. And of course, seamless communication with your teams. This is what sets the stage for a truly successful partnership. So as you go forward in your careers, I want to leave you with this final thought to chew on. How you handle this critical final stage, it doesn't just define one sale. It defines your professional reputation. It sets the foundation for all your future success. Thank you.